Namaskar. I am Mahesh. Today I want to teach a new concept, that is electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. Once again I am repeating the concept. Electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. Okay, first I can draw a diagram, then you can understand what is what. Now our concept is electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. Okay, that means I took a spherical shell. Here I have to find electric field at 3 points. What are the points? Point number 1. Its radius is capital R. Now I consider another radius, that is R1. Now another one is small r. Here point P. My aim is to find electric field E. This is case 1. Now on the spherical shell, this is point P. Our aim is to find electric field at that point. This is point 2. Next, point 3. This is point P. Our aim is to find electric field at this point. This is point 3. That means I took a spherical shell. I want to find electric field at 3 different locations. These 3 different locations are at a distance small r, at a distance r, at a distance r1. These 3 are 3 different locations. At a distance r, at a point P, our aim is to find electric field E. This is case number 1. Case number 2, our aim is to find electric field at a point P of radius R on the spherical shell. It is outside of spherical shell. It is on the spherical shell. Point number 3, our aim is to find at a point P of distance R1 from the center O, which is inside the spherical shell. That is case number 3. These 3 cases we are going to prove from this concept. Then our concept will be over. Okay? Now, I draw a diagram. I can give a brief about the diagram. After that, I shall give a good notes. You please copy in your notes. First, I can explain about a diagram. Please observe carefully. Now, consider a spherical shell. Its radius is capital R. Now, I took a point P. It is outside of a spherical shell. From O to point P. From O to point P. The distance is small r. Now our aim is to find electric field intensity at a point P outside of the spherical shell. That means E at a point P. To find the electric field at a point P, we have to draw a Gaussian surface through a point P. That is now I draw a Gaussian Gaussian surface through a point P. Okay, now I took a small area. I took a small area around the point P. Around the point P. Now this area is a scalar quantity, but while multiplied with a unit vector, it has a direction. Therefore, that small area is nothing but ds. The ds is, this is ds. ds. That ds is parallel to the electric field. Therefore, the angle between electric field and a small aerial element is 0 degrees. Okay? Now consider a small amount of electric flux which are passing through that area. Therefore, the small amount of electric flux passing through that area is given by d pi is equal to E dot ds. E vector dot ds vector. That means what is E dot ds? E ds cos theta. Why? A dot d is equal to AB cos theta. That means E dot ds is equal E ds cos theta. Then what is the angle between E and ds? 0 degrees. What is the cos 0? 1. Therefore, d pi is equal E ds. Equation number 1. Okay? I think you understood about the diagram. Now, our aim is to find total electric flux over the whole Gaussian surface. Okay? Now I can explain the same diagram with a good explanation. Please observe carefully. Pass. Now, whatever I explain about the diagram, first I can give you a good points about that one. Please copy in your notes. First I can give explanation about that one. Electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. This is our concept. Now come to the matter. Consider a thin spherical shell of radius capital and center O. Let the charge Q be uniformly distributed over the surface of the shell. Okay? Now, what is our first point? Our first point is to find that the point P lies outside of the spherical shell. This is our first point. Now, you know what is about the diagram. Okay? Point number 1. Our aim is to calculate electric field at a point P at a distance smaller from O. Okay? Our aim is to find electric field at a point P at a distance smaller from the center O. Now draw this diagram. Okay? Now our second point is draw a Gaussian spherical surface through a point P at a distance smaller from O. Point number 3. Let E be the electric field spherical shell. Point number 4. Consider a small area element, ds around the point P. Okay. Next our point is now the electric flux through a small area. Through a small area, ds is given by, that means the electric flux through a small area ds is given by, that is d pi is equal to E vector dot ds vector. Okay. Now d pi is equal E ds cos theta. What is the reason? The reason is A dot B is equal AB cos theta. That is why E dot ds is equal E ds cos theta. Now, what is the landing between E and ds? 0 degrees. Therefore, d pi is equal E ds cos 0 degrees. Why 0 degrees? Because E vector parallel to ds vector. Okay, therefore d pi is equal E ds. What happened to cos 0 degrees? Since cos 0 is equal to 1. What is the reason? The reason is cos 0 degrees is equal 1. Therefore, d pi is equal E vector dot ds vector becomes as d pi is equal E ds. Okay. Now consider this is equation number 1. Okay. Now next point. The total electric flux through whole area is given by now tell me the total electric flux passing through whole area, or the total electric flux passing through total Gaussian surface is given by, that is, what we have to do? We have to integration. Therefore, total is integral d pi gives pi. Therefore, pi is equal to integral E ds. Yes, S is surface integral. Therefore, integral E ds. Consider this is equation number 1. Sorry, equation number 2. But integral ds is equal to the 4 pi r square. What is the reason? Surface area of Therefore, this is equation number 3. This is equation number 3. Now, 3 in 2. Therefore, 5 is equal E into what is integral ds? Integral ds is equal 4 pi r square. Equation number 4. But according to Gauss theorem, the total number of electric flux crossing over a closed surface is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times to the charge enclosed by it. Therefore, what is meaning for that one? It is a spherical surface. It is the charge. It is a Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface. It is a point P. This is electric field. Electric field. According to Gauss theorem, the total electric flux crossing over a closed surface is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times to the charge enclosed by it is called Gauss theorem. Therefore, according to Gauss theorem, according to Gauss theorem, according to Gauss theorem, the total electric flux crossing over a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed. Therefore, this is equation number 5. From equation 4 and 5. What is equation number 4? E into 4 pi r square is equal to q by epsilon naught. Therefore, E is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. Observe carefully. Therefore, E is equal, I bring this one towards the right side. That means up to the denominator. Therefore, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. This is equation number 6. So, this is the electric field E at a point P outside the spherical shell. Okay? Now, we are going to discuss about electric field at a point P on the spherical shell. Okay? Now, our second point is when a point P lies on the spherical shell. Now, I can draw a diagram about that one. Now, consider it is a spherical shell. Now, it is the radius capital R. Now, point P is on the spherical shell. Our aim is to find electric field at a point P. Now, I draw a Gaussian surface. Now, I draw a Gaussian surface on the spherical shell. On the spherical shell. That means what happened? What happened is small r is equal to capital R. Small r means outside a spherical shell. epsilon naught q by capital R square. This is the equation number 7. That means when small r is equal to capital R, in that case E is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by R square. This is the whenever the point P lies on the spherical shell, let that point to find the electric field E is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by R square. Now the third point is there. What is the third point? Whenever the point P lies inside a spherical shell, in which there is another special case also for this one. I can also explain that one. Now I took a same sphere. Its radius capital R. I draw a Gaussian surface on it. It is a point P. The electric field is E. It is point O. What is the electric field? The electric field is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by R square. Equation number 5. But whenever the charge is on the sphere, therefore it has surface charge density. That means if sigma is the surface charge density, then that sigma is equal charge by area, that is q by a, that is q by what is a surface area of the sphere. Surface area of sphere, that is equal q by 4 pi R square. Okay? Therefore, sigma is equal to q by 4 pi R square. Okay? Now, what is the sigma? Sigma is equal q by 4 pi R square. This is equation number 6. Now I have to write q is equal sigma 4 pi R square. Consider this is equation number 6. Okay? Now 6 is on 5. Therefore, E is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into what is Q? Sigma 4 pi R square 4 by R square. Therefore, E is equal sigma by epsilon naught. This is equation number 7. That means two formulas we studied. Whenever the point P lies on the spherical conductor, the electric field capital E or E vector is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by capital R square. That is one formula. At the same time, the electric field is equal sigma by epsilon naught. This is another formula. These two formulas we studied in the case 2. Now we are going to discuss about case number 3. Now we are going to discuss point number 3. What is point number 3? When a point P lies inside a spherical shell, at that point we are suppose going to find electric field. Now come to that point. When a point P lies inside a spherical shell, that is point number 3 or case 3. Here some important points. What are that? Our aim is to calculate electric field E at a point P at a distance R1 from the center O inside the spherical shell. This is point number 1, the case number 3. Now what is the second point? Now draw a Gaussian surface through a point P. Okay? Now I can draw that diagram, then you can understand the better. Now I draw a sphere. The charge is on the sphere but not inside the sphere. Please note that point. The charge is on the sphere but not inside the sphere. Now the charge is on the sphere. This is center O. I will draw a radius R1. This is a point P. Therefore, I draw a Gaussian surface. Now consider a spherical shell. The charge is on the spherical shell but are not inside the spherical shell. Please note that point. Now our aim is to find electric field E at a point P inside the spherical shell. Therefore, now the point P is at a distance R1 from the center O. That means our aim is to find electric field at a point P. Therefore, draw a Gaussian surface through point P. Therefore, a small amount of electric flux crossing through that small area is given by. Now here, this is ds direction. This is E direction. This is point P. Okay? Therefore, small amount of electric flux crossing through a small area is given by d pi is equal E dot ds vector, that is equal E ds cos theta. Therefore, d pi is equal to E ds. Okay? Now Therefore, total electric flux crossing through Gaussian, the total electric flux crossing through Gaussian surface is given by what is the total integral, that is pi. So integrate this one. Pi is equal integral E ds, that is equal E into what is integral ds? Pi into E into 4 pi r1 square. Okay? Since integral ds is equal to 4 pi r1 square, called surface area of the sphere. Surface area of the sphere. Okay? Therefore, pi is equal, what we get? E into 4 pi r1 square. What is the reason? Since integral ds is equal surface area of